So I had a rule. She wasn't allowed to sleep in his bedroom at all. Like no sleepovers, no nothing. For a very long time. For years. Um
Since we're pausing,
yeah.
what brought that on? Was that like a request of his, like can we sleep in the same bed? Request of hers, or you just saying?
Me being super paranoid, not to trust anyone. Um for the longest life, even though he treated her well, I still looked at him on, like side eye, like making sure, like, is that normal? Is this okay? That looks normal. Okay. I wanted to make sure that nothing was happening and that I was missing something, but I was. But he never requested. I'm sorry. Repeat the question then.
So I guess what you said, like you had a rule. Like obviously we know now they've slept in the same bedroom together and everything else. I'm sure you're questioning a lot of things that like you haven't been told or that are going on. The thought process of them sleeping in the same bedroom caused you to say that you had a rule for the longest time where they couldn't.
Yeah.
I have a son. He's a lot younger than her. He's 4. But I guess if I was dating somebody or had somebody over, I would never establish, and this is just me, a rule. He can't sleep in the bed with her, or she's not going to be. It wouldn't even be a thought process for me. So that's why I ask, because I wouldn't think of it even as an option.
Yeah.
So when you say you had a rule, I guess I'm asking what prompted the rule.
Uh, Sleepovers before. Yeah. Like, you want to watch movies and eat snacks? Can we do that? I'm like, no, no, no. We can all watch movies down here together. We can all sleep down here together. Um, up until June, together all the time. So we were always. She would sleep in the middle. I would sleep on this side. He would sleep on the other side. Um, it wasn't until June that he got his own bedroom and I sent him upstairs. That's where the that's where the requests for sleepover started.
Okay.
And I kept telling her no, 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 no. I'm not comfortable with that. I'm not comfortable with that. Um, but eventually, at some point, like,
It's amazing that she wouldn't allow sleepovers, but yet she allowed her daughter to sleep with in the same bed as her boyfriend. That is bizarre to me. Lizzie Herzberger from the chat, thank you so much for the 1999 super sticker. That's Lizzie Herzberger, an author of a book called Behind the Blue Curtain that talks about the very thing we're talking about today, but in the Amish community. Katie Bear, thank you for the 199 super sticker. She considers Maddie not disclosing SA as lying. No, I think that really that was her job as a mother to figure out, and her poor uh, judgment was what caused it.
we really want to watch. I forgot what movie it was. They really wanted to watch something, and I was really tired. And I said, okay, fine, go ahead, but this can't happen often. Um, and yeah, I allowed her to go upstairs and sleep with him. But honestly, I think I can count on one hand how many times that's happened, and it hasn't been many times that I've allowed her to have a supper party with him, to be alone in a bed with him. I'm usually around all the time. I Up until 2 weeks ago, I was pretty much at home all the time, living on disability. Uh, if I wasn't at home, just you know, I was substitute teaching, but I was substitute teaching primarily at her school or at the school close by. But I'd make sure I get out around the same time and I'd get out in time to pick her up and take her. So she was with me pretty much all the time when she wasn't at school. Um, so yeah, after
When he's not there, where does she sleep?
with me,
She never sleeps in her room.
no, always
Okay.
with me.
Quickly, do you know? And you may hate the question, but do you know? Do you have any idea? We currently have upwards, probably 200 people working on finding right? The Orange County Sheriff's Office is involved, the Kissimmee Police Department's involved, St. Cloud Police Department, Osceola County Sheriff's Office, Florida Department of Law Enforcement, FBI. Yes, she's under suspicious circumstances. So anybody who is somebody is involved.
Yeah.
So regardless of the circumstances, those people don't get to go home. Those people don't get to go back to their families. Those people don't get to live their lives and go back to their primary jobs. I know the sheriff has probably expressed to you that's his number one priority. I'm sure the Kissimmee Police Department's expressed that to you, our detectives. This isn't something that's going to stop or go away.
Yeah.
Right? Anybody who knows something, anybody who may know something, will be brought into a room, will be talked to, whether they're guilty, whether they're innocent. Because our number one priority, our jobs have kind of stopped on any other things we have going on until it's fine, because that's the most important thing anybody has going on right now. But with that, a lot of people are going to feel that whatever happened, I can tell you, and I know detectives expressed to you that the thought process at this point is this is a homicide investigation.
Yeah.
Based on the evidence I've seen, based on the videos I've seen, I do believe. With that being said, and the reason I tell you that, not to be an asshole, is because the thought process with us leads it in a different investigation, a different way. Meaning, whatever happened has already happened, right? We cannot change what happened most likely on Monday. We cannot change the fact that I believe Stefan killed her, right? All we can do now is find her as quickly as possible.
This is one of the heaviest parts, of course, of this interview, where he just basically shakes her proverbially, letting her know, look, your daughter's dead. And Stefan killed her. Now she can't hide behind, acting like she doesn't know the reality. She doesn't know what time it is. He just told her what time it is. Your daughter's dead, and Stefan Stearns murdered her. Now let's see the reaction.
On the 2% chance we're wrong and that she is alive, that's phenomenal, right? That's the best thing that could happen. On the chance that we are 100% correct and she has passed away, finding her now versus later will bring closure to your family, will bring closer to everybody, regardless of how it happened or why it happened. Meaning, if you have an inclination, if you know where she's at, if his father knows, that doesn't mean those people get held accountable for what he did. It doesn't mean those people get held accountable for knowing what he did. It means we close out the investigation. You know what I mean? So a lot of times we go into rooms like this and we ask people questions. We say, hey, do you know what happened? Do you know what happened? And there's this fear of what happened already happened. I can't change that. So I'm not going to insert myself with knowledge because it's going to make me look bad. Regardless, at this point, I murdered her, right? He victimized her. He ruined her entire life from childhood until now. I think that there's probably some sense of guilt. And my fear is that sense of guilt is causing you to not want to assist in the location of her, not because you're a bad person, but because there's that sense of guilt that what was happening under your roof. And now, by her being found, brings that all to your plate, and it doesn't.
Oh no. If I knew anything, I would so tell you. I want to me that she's dead because you guys tell me you're suspicious, but I'm not going to believe it until I have her body.
So there are things
that statement, I'm not going to believe it till I have her body. Does anyone have a problem with that? She doesn't refer to it. I won't have any suspicion until you find Maddie. She referred to it as have her body. I don't know. I have a problem with that statement also. But this is being brutally honest.